Into the swap meet, and I'm so excited because crap! Mort! Hey, Mort! 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 Hey, Mort! Go, Mort! Good day to you, friends. It is I, Mort. Welcome to Mort's Garage. I'm about to head into the swap meet, and I'm very excited about this because I'm meeting up with my friend Jake from Retro Gorilla Games.
On swap meeting, flea marketing.
Have you been to the swap meet before?
Not here.
He came on a good day. There's two things that I know are gonna happen this morning, for sure. Can you take me out? One of the vendors told me yesterday, you got Spider-Man tomorrow, you said?
Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
One of my favorite things is literally to go through a box of new things and be able to get the first dibs on everything. Wait till you see what he had. I can't talk straight at all. Blah! All right, Jake, what are you looking for today?
I'm looking for PS1 games.
Okay.
I'm looking for Dreamcast games and Armored Core games.
I had no expectations on how this morning was gonna go.
I just started playing Bug Snacks.
But by the time I got to the second aisle, I was already really happy with what we found. How are you?
Good, thank you.
You got new stuff, it looks like, today.
Yeah.
You want Star Ocean? I'll think about it.
This is an RPG series that started on the PS1. Actually, it's the second game in the series. Think of it as just one of the classic RPGs because it's called Star Ocean: The Second Story. JRPGs of that era for PS1.
I've actually never played Star Ocean before.
Do you even play your games, or do you just shuffle? Each successive version of the game has seemed to have diminishing returns. Jake and I are gonna get in a fist fight later. I was still interested though on the PS4 version. Second game, you nerd. Based on the strength of the PS1 version, Jake and I almost got into a knockdown, drag out brawl over it, but I'm scared of him. This is a set that people will often, go out of the way to get, and it's essential, I think, if you got a PS3 to try a Killzone game at least once. Infamously, there's this tech demo of Killzone 2 that looked so incredible graphically, but it ended up being all a bunch of pre-rendered stuff. I don't know if this makes sense. It just felt like a trashy game. It almost aggressively told me it didn't want me to play the game. I absolutely loved Killzone 3, and then when the Killzone game came out on PS4, it was okay. The Killzone team went on to make the Horizon games, which are some of the highest rated, most unfortunately released games in the PlayStation 4 and 5's console history, because it seems like they come out and then a couple weeks later they get cannibalized by some other game that's a big budget release, and Horizon's like, oh, you're a great game, but you're not quite the Game of the Year game that came out 3 weeks later. As we were leaving, I grabbed Resident Evil Revelations and she threw it in for $5 more. Question is, do you want Star Ocean?
I'll think about it.
Okay.
I don't want to steal it from you.
$5. Okay. Now I gotta find Star Ocean for my collection.
Yeah, there you go.
Jake stole it from me. Okay, Jake, my friend who I bought this from yesterday came through, and here it is. Lunar on PSP. I wish I would have collected these PSP RPGs like the Ease games, the Trails games, here on the PSP because these box sets are so beautiful. I paid $80 for that. Do you feel like I overpaid?
No.
One interesting note about this soundtrack, this one is sealed, and you'll notice there's a cover on it, but a generic piece here, but there's no side label or back component to it. Everyone loves a sealed soundtrack that you can just look at in your collection. I kind of like buying these games used, because a lot of people will get this stuff and keep it sealed. Not that I would ever, I would never. Dude, let's move on. He sold this to me for $80. We came across Track and Field on the PS1. The only reason I'm highlighting it here in this video is not because of the PS1, but because of the N64. How damaged is the disc?
Oh.
not bad, actually. One of the things that I've done is I've collected every single Nintendo 64 game and its original box and all of the manuals except for the Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut manual. But along that journey, there are a couple of games that were really hard to find, and they surprised me. This is one of them. This is supposedly a Blockbuster exclusive rental, but I have this memory that it was not a Blockbuster exclusive rental, but I could be wrong. This box and the game itself were really hard to track down when I was searching for all of this stuff, and I'm glad I did when I did, because it just continues to escalate in price.
It's Michael J. Fox.
Oh,
He plays a little mouse.
I actually legitimately like this game.
I do too.
Before the video moves on, hit the like button, and you'll make me very proud of you. You want me to be proud of you, don't you? Do you have more stuff?
Yeah. Actually, I have to take it out right now.
Okay.
I have a PS4 for VR.
Oh, VR? Okay.
I don't know if you're interested.
Not really a PSVR guy. Well, we've done round 1 and had some good finds already. I think that it's time for round 2. Let's go first to Michael's booth and see what those 360 games are, because I might grab one of them. Sweet. We'll see. Michael said, hey, come back. I'll have my stuff ready for you a little bit later. It's a little bit later. Michael, being true to his word, brings out a couple of boxes of games, and he's letting me dig through them first. When you get to go first on the game lot, there can be some really amazing finds, and today was no exception to that rule. Okay, is this the... Wow. Time to dig.
Let's do it.
All right. Backbreaker is one of those NFL games that... Another one of those uncommon weird football games.
I got you a little stack.
If you own an Xbox 360 and you don't own the orange box, your collection is incomplete. Never Dead. I've never played Never Dead. There is an only at Best Buy element on there. I don't know if that means anything. I have to try this at least once. And this I wanted to play. I was initially a little bit interested in this series. I've actually never played it before, but I was looking for a good deal on it. This one's going into my collection to give a playthrough on. One of the most underrated Xbox 360 games. The Fear series is one of my favorite series in video games. It expertly combines intense shooter elements with the slow down matrix bullet time effect, as well as horror themes, and the horror stuff in it is really good. People didn't like it when it came out, but I think it's actually great. I think it's a different developer than the original people who made this series. I think this is maybe, dare I say, an underrated game. And look, what does that look like, that design on the back? Who is that on the top? What TV show? Be on the lookout, by the way. There is a combo pack of this game and the movie Orphan that are combined into a single retail release. You don't have a 360.
I grew up with a 360, but I don't have one anymore.
If you were a bit cynical on this before, pick this one up again and give it a try. I'd be curious what you think of it. You missed Captain America. This is a game that I think was sort of everywhere for a while and pretty cheap and easy to find. Now I almost never see it, and the price is climbing. It's at that kind of mid-tier price, like a $30-ish game. The reviews on it, as I recall, weren't ever exciting, but I don't remember them trashing it either. A great game. Next is a series of shooters from the Transformers universe that have exploded in price. This is a great game. The shooting elements, all of it is outstanding, but this has become a bit of a be on the lookout because I think this is around $40 to $50 now. Michael initially was like, how about 10 bucks? I ended up giving him more for it because I was like, it's a little more than 10 bucks, dude. But you missed.
Uh-oh. Oh, shoot.
Do you know about this game?
Of course I know about this game.
This, I thought, was a beat-em-up game because that's what it is on the Wii, but it's not. This one is a more of an open world type of a Spider-Man game. Problem is, what are you going to do after Insomniacs made two of the very best applications of Spider-Man in any medium? Movies, television, video games. Guys, Web of Shadows. I mean, come on. I don't know if it's diluted or ruined any of the good that might be in this era of Spider-Man. I'm very curious to see how this plays. It's an Activision game, and I believe they lost the license, which is why this game now goes for $70 to $80. I got this stack of games for $5. Amazing. $5. Less than $1 a game? Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Okay. An incredible stack of games, though, is $135, which is a fantastic price. Thank you very much. As we were leaving, I'm looking through the handheld games because Michael always has a bunch of great Game Boy and Game Boy Advance stuff, and I got a pretty good idea of what he has. I didn't know he had this. Sonic Pinball Party.
I'm a sucker for pinball games in general.
I'm really excited to give this one a play and see if it's any fun.
Never seen this before.
It turns out that this is like a $50-ish game.
Sold to me for $25. This one's definitely going into my collection.
Your pocket, please.
Hey!
But wait again, Luis is here.
I'm here with, do you go Louis or Luis?
Either one.
Okay, I'm here with either one.
Luis told me, I've got something for you. I'm bringing it with me to the swap meet. You're gonna like this.
You guys asked me about Donkey Kong 64?
He was not wrong.
Come on!
I remember Gabbo picked this up and he showed it off on our pickups video a while ago, and I was incredibly jealous.
I found a bunch of pins. I think the guy worked at Walmart.
Danny and Elisa hooked me up with some of this stuff too, like the shelf talker.
And as soon as I seen it, I was like, well, that's you right there. You're Mr. 64, so.
You know me so well.
He is an OG.
He knows what's up.
He was here during the Retro Liberty days with Aaron and Ricky. He used to have a booth over at Frankenson selling video games.
Come on, get out. Thank you.
This is awesome. This stays firmly in the collection.
This is right to my heart, dude. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So what did you think of that booth and what we found today?
That was fantastic. We got first dibs on that little box with the 360 stuff.
With a lot of good stuff. Of all of those games, if you were like, gonna sit down and play one of them right now, what would you play?
Probably the Transformers one.
We continue to walk through the swap meet and we go by Aaron's booth, and he's got a bin of games out that I saw yesterday. I wanted to show Jake and see if he saw anything in there.
Bust a move.
Sitting in that bin was the most notorious cover in the PS2 era, and that is Super Bust-A-Move. I don't know what Acclaim was thinking.
It looks just like me, especially with the glasses too.
Yeah, it's
Really
perfect.
cool.
Yeah.
Even more shocking, Jake says he's never played a Bust-A-Move game before. I had to pick this one up for him. I'm not letting him buy this. It's an essential series, and there was a GameStop exclusive version of it released on the Nintendo Switch, and if you haven't played it, that would be a great place to go and pick up the game. Maybe my favorite version of it of all time is Bust-A-Move 99 on the N64, because there's an excellent 4-player mode, and it, to me, makes it one of the most hidden gem games. Head over to my buddy Isaac's booth, and there's something that I see out of the corner of my eye.
Little Big Planet is a really cool series and story of games. They're so innovative with their gameplay. But I didn't know that they made this for Little Big Planet. And it is the Cable Guy, Sackboy, a Big Adventure Cable Guy's holder.
I don't know if it might terrorize my daughters. If you look at the design of it, he's pretty interesting looking. Little Big Planet, I feel like, should be a TV show and a comic book and all kinds of things as a franchise, and maybe it is those things.
Hey, you said 13? Yeah, I'll do
I
it.
haven't played Sackboy: A Big Adventure. I've heard it's a good game. I'm a sucker for platformers already, and I love my PS5. PS5 is one of my favorite consoles ever.
$13. This is a score.
Yeah, I gotta take this. I want to take a moment and thank every one of you who has joined my Patreon. My Patreon is really focused on creativity and facilitating the creative process. A lot of the stuff that is on there is behind the scenes stuff about each individual video, talking about creative decisions, different editing things that I'm doing that are trying to, enhance the video. So if you are doing editing, or if you're looking for storytelling ideas, join the Patreon, check it out. And if you are making your own stuff, whether it's music, art, YouTube videos, whatever, you can submit your stuff and I'll review it and talk about it on the channel and give some loving yet direct critiques that hopefully help you to continue to grow as an artist and as a creator.
I'm at Bernie's booth. Bernie is someone who, when I was spending at the swap meet, I ended up giving him a bunch of my stuff.
I just gave him everything that I wasn't able to sell that day, and he said the next week he was able to get rid of just about all of it.
And today, he got a bunch of new PS2 games and a bunch of Mortal Kombat games.
He had all 4 games out for sale, which was incredible.
Deadly Alliance, Deception, Shaolin Monks, Armageddon.
This game is just a standard Mortal Kombat fighting experience, whatever. Next is Mortal Kombat Deception, which actually has a Puzzle Fighter clone built into it. And at this time, the Mortal Kombat games start doing a lot of really interesting things beyond one-on-one fighting. And I have to give credit to them as game designers and game developers to try so many experimental things. I wouldn't ever choose this over Puzzle Fighter because Puzzle Fighter is the GOAT. And then they come out with this game, Shaolin Monks. Now this is the one that I actually want to play through a little bit, because this is not a fighting game. This is an adventure game with beat 'em up elements to it, and it's one that I just want to give a try to and see if it's any fun. This is kind of climbing up there in price a little bit. I'm seeing this for around 30 bucks usually, so to get this for wait till you hear the price I paid was pretty wild. And then there is the last game released, and that is Mortal Kombat Armageddon. This one has a kart racer in it. In addition to the kart racer, there is a conquest mode, and then there's create a character and create a fatality elements in this game as well. The kart racer at the time could go online up to 8 players. I have no idea if it was fun. If you did and you played this game online as the kart racer version, I'm dying to know what your experience was.
And the Guitar Hero 1 and 2 dual pack. I've never seen this.
This might be a $5 game for all I know, but I was just curious enough about it that I had to try it. It indeed includes both games in here, including the 2 different manuals for the games as well.
For $25. What an amazing deal. Thank you so much.
I'm going to look it up right now, and Mort, let me know, did we make a good decision on this one?
That was a pretty solid purchase, my man.
Well, thanks for that answer, Mort. What is going on this morning? How am I still finding stuff the same weekend the next day? It's crazy. Arguably the most underrated game on the 3DS. Have you played it?
I haven't.
So you got to get cow stuff for your dog.
For Gooby. Yeah.
Love it.
Like this one.
What an adorable dog cow. At this point, I have a wonderful problem, which is I'm finding so many deals that I have run out of cash. So we got to go to the ATM. Went to the ATM to replenish stock of bills. It's broken.
Yep.
So let's go through the swap meet. Maybe some of the vendors will take digital cash.
It's one of those days.
My heart broke, dude. Thankfully, Jake was able to spot me a couple extra bucks. We did a little weaving through the aisles, and we came up on this booth where they had a stack of PS2 and 360 games, a couple of which were very interesting. So I ended up walking away with Crash of the Titans. There was a few other games I wanted to get in that stack, but unfortunately, they were pretty beat up. Well, we're calling it. It's been a few hours that we've been here. $5 PS2 Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Amazing 360 games that are getting actually quite hard to find. More importantly, good times hanging out with Jake. Thanks for driving all the way up here.
Of course. Thanks for inviting me.
We're walking back to the car and we see stacks of video games. Well, okay, I thought we were done, but Caesar's here today. Give us a second and then we'll tell you if we're done. Okay, here we go. Nope.
Nothing for us.
We're good. You can't win them all, but I want to win them all. Everyone go check out Retro Gorilla. Say hi to Jake. Let's make him YouTube famous. And here's the rule. If you're with Jake in the store, you have to do a photo with him, a selfie, with a particular kind of pose. It's always good to see people like Caesar out at the swap meet. Great to hang out with Jake. Great to have a good time. I can't wait to see you again. Have yourself a lovely rest of your week, and you take care. I just hiccuped.